Yeah, we're live. Welcome.
Hi.
Thanks,
Hello.
thanks for being here.
Happy Monday, the
Yeah.
7th of July, 2025. It's good to
Hi.
see half of our panel has returned from that wonderful, humid trip in old country Europe, or old continent Europe, I should say. You know, these two bitter gentlemen, they went and ventured through France and Greece, and they went to Jeff Bezos' wedding in Venice a week and a half ago. How was it, fellas? Did you get to meet the Amazon guru?
We were in Venice for 8 hours from midnight. Well, actually, like 10 hours from like midnight to 10 a.m. We missed the wedding, thank God.
Oh, come on! I thought you guys got an invite.
We did. We missed it though.
Oh man! And Bonnie, during these past 3 weeks, I know you kept yourself busy. I know you've spent a lot of time with those sweet little felines.
I did. Indeed.
Excellent,
Indeed, I did.
excellent. Well, real
And
quick,
they're both sitting near here, staring at nothing, and it's kind of freaking me out.
all right. Real quick, the topic today is going to be about TV show recommendations that we have, some shows that we think you should watch, that you will enjoy, and you might get addicted to. And I believe Donald, I don't know if he's preparing to pull out something out of his wallet or out of his box, but if he is ready to pull out, he can do so. If not, well, Chris, I'm sure, always has some sweet, splendid tea. Got something to pull out upon us, Donald?
I got to do it different now because these fucking cunts at StreamYard decided to be assholes.
Oh,
I will have a word with them during the week about being these CUNTs.
Oh yeah, sorry.
see you next Tuesday.
It's supposed to be PC. This bullshit. Pieces of shit. They can eat a dick.
Jesse's asking you, how was the trip? Were you happy? Were you exemplified by the trip? That's what Jesse wants to know.
I need a vacation.
Okay, he needs a vacation from the vacation of the vacation. I like that.
Yes. More, please. More vacation. Not that
More?
vacation, though.
But different
We could all
vacation.
use more vacation.
Yeah.
Especially you, Miss Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
didn't
just
have
had one as
time.
well, technically.
I didn't have time to read anything new. So there's that. Just got home from the vacation and went straight to work and haven't had any time to do anything. So yeah, I read The Last Ronin, the first volume, like half of it. I read the first half of Last Ronin while I was on the plane. It's interesting. I'm a little confused as to why. I don't know. It just seems like Michelangelo is just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe he'll start to be himself a little more later, but like right now, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, and I get that that's, I think, supposed to be the way it is. So I think as I start, going a little further into it, I'll be a little more satisfied with the story. But right now, I'm just feeling a little hollow with it. And I like April. She seems cool, and her daughter and stuff, seems cool. But that's kind of where I'm at right now with Shredder's son and Shredder's son's mom in stasis or something, cryogenic freeze or some craziness. So it just feels, interestingly, it feels weird. I don't know how to feel about it right now. And I guess that's just because I'm such a diehard Turtle fan. It's such a huge departure from everything I've read in the past. It's just, it's interesting, I guess. So
Now, was the writer at TurtleCon a couple weeks ago of this particular?
yes, yeah. Tom Waltz was one of the writers for The Last Ronin. He was at TurtleCon there in Burbank, California. What was it, on the 21st? I think it was. So it's like
Something like-
2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So yeah, he was there, and so was a lot of the artists: Santaluco, Ben Bishop, the Escorza brothers, Delgado, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, next time they have the next TurtleCon, you got to talk to them. They'll voice your opinion about how Michelangelo's being written.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Jesse, you're not chopped liver, but I don't know what you're talking about. What invite? What's he talking about?
What am I chopped liver? What's he saying? What is he talking about?
I have no idea.
Maybe it needs to be invited to the next vacation or something.
Maybe.
Hello, brother Enrique and brother Frank. How are you?
Hello, Enrique. Hello, Frank. The other thing that I wanted to quickly talk about, there's a couple quick things. In a lot of countries in Europe, they don't have a lot of foreign comics, meaning they don't have a lot of comics in their own language. They usually have them in English, which is pretty fascinating overall.
Very fascinating.
There are a few shops in France that have a pretty decent French selection, so I hit those up. One of the things that they had was Special Strange, is what it's called. And it's basically, it's like a trade, like a small little trade of different stories that have already existed within the Marvel Universe. And that would be evident by the back, you know, with a lot of the stories and stuff that you can see. But when you check out the front, it's very French. You know, they're jumping out of a cruise boat, and that is the Notre Dame in the background, the back of Notre Dame back there, which I thought was kind of fascinating. So I picked that one up for that exact reason, because it was so uniquely French. So I was like, okay, I have to get that one. So I picked that up. Another thing, when you get trades in France, a lot of times they're different sizes. This is the traditional American size Dracula. It was a 4-part series from Image Comics. I believe it came out last year. It's a very good story, by the way. So I picked it up. Art's beautiful. You know, it's very moody. Very different than what you're used to. So I bought this one. Now, they had it in French. So I was like, well, let me get it in French. So here it is in French. And as you can see, the book is quite a bit larger than your traditional Americanized version. And although it is still exactly the same on the inside as far as the artistic stylings and things, still reasonably priced. This was, I believe, $20 in the US, maybe 25, and this is 20 euros, which is close to
about the same, yeah.
Dollars, yeah. But I asked him about it. I was like, why is it bigger? And he's like, well, the French, the guy was like in his accent, he said, the French, they like, to do things big, you know? So if you get Dracula, it's you get it bigger. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, thanks for that. I love that explanation. It's just because we like it larger. The Scott Koblish variant. No, I don't. Jesus, did I? I got one, but I don't know if it's a Scott Koblish variant of that. Sean, I don't know if you know that Koblish came to the shop like 4 months back, and did a butt ton of sketches for people, and he was like selling them for super cheap, and he was doing them per order on the live. So on the live show, he was actually, you would say what you wanted, and he would sketch it for you there and have it done in like a minute, and then he would go on to the next one for somebody else. He's really good, really, really fast, like very, very good. The Thundercats comic, El Thundercats, I think is what it would be. Frank.
Well, in French it'd be La.
Yeah, they are everything. La, yeah, La.
Or Le.
Actually,
Defensive is male.
Le Thunder Pousse.
let's see.
From
Spanish,
Pusa.
Yeah.
Spanish, I think it'd be Los Gatos de Thunder.
Gatos, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. You like the new graphics? Well, thanks, Jesse, because we're not going to have any videos coming out anytime soon until these pieces of shit decide to stop making changes. And I mean, literally, like, my equipment's not working. It works fine. It's just not working with this program now for some reason. And I don't know why. It works on everything else I've tried it with, but it just doesn't work with this program. So we may not be on this program for much longer. We'll see. It just depends. Chat is cat in French. Oh, yeah. And Sammy, those are the John Wick steps, by the way. There's more than one pair of John Wick steps. So remember that next time you give somebody crap on their Instagram. Yeah, because it's, I don't know. They used to make it to where on Instagram, when you put a comment, you couldn't delete it. So it was like on there for life. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I don't think it is. I think you could take it down.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I was like, Kevin, you're an asshole, and I put that on there, it'd be on. Yeah, it would have been on your Instagram like forever.
So, 50 years in the future, man, why do you call him that for back
Yeah.
then?
Yeah, these guys are married. Why do you call him an asshole? I don't understand. It could have, yeah, anything like that is weird. Yeah, whatever, Sammy. Thanks. Anyway, so that's me pulling out. There you go. That's the whole thing.
And Professor Turner, do you have any sweet, delicious laminated tea to spill upon us today, this evening?
Laminated.
Yeah, I'm just being silly. Using a different word.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that'd be disgusting. Laminated tea.
Goes down smooth.
Stays there forever.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Alex?
I want to talk about an underrated country that not a lot of people think about and that we kind of overlooked when we first started planning our trip. That'd be Montenegro.
Ah, yes. Eastern Europe.
Whoa. Chris.
It used to be part of, like, that whole thing with Serbia and
What did you
the
call it?
The old Yugoslavia.
Montenegro.
Whoa.
Kotor, most likely. The city of Kotor.
There
So
you
Lovely
in Montenegro.
Lovely
go.
country.
It is a beautiful country, and it's very underrated. And we spent the day on the water. It was a nice water day. We took a boat to this little island on this man-made, or there's this church on this man-made island called Lady on the Rocks. Gorgeous, tiny little church. The water is nice and blue, and then there's a cave you can go to in Croatia, and you go into this cave, and the water is glowing blue. It's called the Blue Cave. And it's just beautiful blue water, and it's just like it's an old town, like super old. It's an old walled city of Kotor. You look up in the mountains, and the wall just goes up the entire mountain. It looks like the Great Wall of China almost. It's a very beautiful area, and it's very underrated, and it's not all what I expected it to be. And that's the glowing blue water. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Very nice.
And they played. That's how many boats you can fit in this tiny cave.
Yeah, they did play that. That was a weird game. But that's how blue it gets. It's super blue. Super blue.
Yeah. So if you're ever in the area north of Croatia, very beautiful little city. I would check it out. And we went on a bunch of countries. 5 countries, 6 countries, and we weren't getting our passports punched at all because the EU, they don't punch passports whenever you go from one country to another.
No.
And so our passport punches for the trip were our text our phone plan saying you're in this country now.
Yeah, congratulations, you're in.
So I was like, well, I guess this is the new 2025 passport punch.
Yeah. Yep, I took a screenshot of it and then printed out the picture and taped it on the inside of my passport. That's my passport plan.
Well, it is the 21st century, so it makes sense.
Did you rock any ladies at the Lady of the Rocks, Chris?
Oh, good question.
No,
Hmm.
Oh.
I took
Did you
I
get-
took I took a couple ladies' pictures.
You didn't utilize any of the what those apps called, like Hinge or Bumble or something like that, while you were out there.
No, I picked
Yeah.
up a new client while we were there, but that's about
Yeah, he did.
That's good. That's
He
good.
picked up a new client. Chris started prostituting himself at some point there in Europe because times got a little rough, and
and not wrong.
he had a new client. It was an 87-year-old woman named Maribel.
So you were jiggling. You were being a gigolo in Europe. Huh.
Yep,
Wow.
gigolo.
I call myself Deuce Bigelow.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Douche Bigelow.
Oh. Hey, what's up, Philippe? Good to see you. Jesse's calling you a pervert now.
Oh boy.
You get it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Hey, Jesse's your brother there? Is Ash there with you? Tell him I said hello if he's watching. Howdy. Jeez. If I seem a little discombobulated, it's because I got chased by a sea lion today.
You did?
Yeah.
Well,
So
Awesome.
he was all like peaceful on the beach, right?
right.
Like just laying there, and then I walked past him, and then he got up and he started to like come after me a little bit, like just kind of playfully chase near me in a progression of like closer he got, and then by this one you could see my shadow there with the phone and how close he was, and then I don't know if you can see it here, but he started to show his teeth. Like I was like, oh, this guy means business. Maybe I should run. So that's what I did on the beach as I ran.
You just wanted to be fed. That's all. Just wanted to be fed.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I did have the video. Oh my god. Okay, so I have the video. So Adam threw the ball at him. Adam threw a ball at him, right? Look, he threw that ball.
Oh,
And then the sea lion's like, oh, a ball, right? And then he's like, ah! And I was like, oh shit. Did
Well-
you see him? He bared his teeth and ran
How
like
far-
hell at me.
how far could they like chase after you? Like if you wanted to run back towards?
Well, I mean,
them?
look how he runs. He runs like an asshole. Like he's not a great runner on land. I could outrun him, but
Okay. All right.
we were close enough. I was a little nervous there for a second. That's for damn sure. Yeah. So that was my day.
Well, you made friends with the sea lion. That's good.
Yes, I made friends with the sea lion. Yeah. Yep. Best friends.
You see? Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, Alex, sorry, buddy. I know you just popped in. Have a good night. Uh-oh, mom and dad are here. Everybody say hi to my mom and dad.
Hi, Mom and
Hello.
Dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Your mom
Mother
and
and
dad.
Father McKinney.
She probably just saw me get chased by a sea lion. Well, good timing, Mom. Don't watch Ironheart. Well, I started the first episode and I liked it so far. So I don't know.
Well, different strokes for different folks, as they say.
It's well, you know that's a term for masturbation, Kevin.
No, it's not. That term's been used for decades.
Exactly. People have been masturbating for decades.
No, I thought they started like in the 18th century.
I don't know what. First of all, they'd be dead by now. They couldn't keep, like decades though. You could do it, but centuries, no. I mean, you're dead. You're dead. You can't stroke it. You know what I'm saying?
I see. I see.
Do watch Ironheart. Okay. That's true. If I did trip and fall, the sea lion would have had two balls. That is so true.
Yeah.
All right,
just
Crow.
good.
I've been trying to get this picture to work, and I finally got it to work. So just real quick, go on and show this, if it'll work. Yeah, this is the castle
there it is.
wall
There it
from
is. There
Couture.
it is. There it
Okay.
is.
Goes all the way down there and goes all the way up to the top of the mountain. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good
Right.
photo.
That's all I wanted to show.
Okay.
My tea spilling is over.
So we talk
all
about
over.
That's awesome.
should we talk about the shows then?
Absolutely.
Well,
Let's do
we'll
it.
try not to bore you too much, guys. We'll try to be as quick as possible on these. Nice rocks, says Jesse.
There you go.
Guys, better not talk about some old ass shows. Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on what you consider old ass shows.
Well, to my knowledge, I thought we were talking about shows that are currently on or maybe just went off, so I didn't think it'd be old.
Yeah, all the ones I picked are on the air right now.
Yeah.
I
At least
only
coming
picked
back.
one that's technically a little. I think it's like a year old, but current
Yeah, that's
enough.
fine. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
not
allow it.
like 1984 or something like that.
From the 50s. Yes, Jesse. All these shows we're going to talk about today are from 1950.
Have you guys heard about this show called Perfect Strangers?
Is that the one with the bad cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So, do we go in order, or like Bonnie, give ladies first? You know, if she wants to discuss a TV show, we could.
Yeah,
Kick
let
it off
Bonnie
with her.
go. Just throw them up. Throw some pictures up, Chris. I don't care. Throw them up.
Okay.
Okay then.
And we'll just talk about them.
All right. Here we go.
Uh,
I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me put the picture on, then you can talk about it. It's gonna be a Bonnie picture.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know anything about this TV show. I'll tell you that.
I don't recommend Mr. Robot, Hector.
Okay. The Summer I Turned Pretty. So
Ah,
yeah, this one is on Amazon Prime. It was originally a book, which I have not read, but I heard it's great. And it's a really good coming of age series. About this girl, she and her mom, they have very close family friends. They spend summers at the beach together every year. They have a summer house that they share, and there is a love triangle involved with the girl, the main character, and the two brothers that are the close family friends. And
Eiffel Tower.
it's a really it's very sweet. And it's currently what, 3 or 4 seasons in. The new season is dropping on Amazon Prime in a couple of weeks, I think. So I'm very excited about it. But it's a good show. It's
Good acting?
very
good acting.
very, very much so. Yes, all the actors and actresses do a really good job. It's emotional. It's got its funny moments, but it is definitely a drama. It'll get you right in the feels.
So I'll feel the feels and tear up every once in a while. Is what you're saying?
A little bit, it might remind you of being, a young teenager experiencing love for the first time.
Okay.
Well, I don't
I
think any of
enjoy the
us.
fluff.
Yeah, I don't think any of the rest of us have seen this show, so
Nope.
we can't talk much about it.
Hey.
But
Hey, Jesse said he experienced it in real life, but it was the winter he got ugly. Not the
Aw.
Oh,
You know, one of the I'm looking up on Google, like the names of some of these actresses are interesting. Lola Tun Belly. That's quite a name.
that sounds made up, Kevin.
I know, but I'm serious. Am I right, Bonnie?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Nobody
It's
knows.
actually-
Nobody knows.
it's the
Hold on,
name
let
of
me
the-
IMDb really quick.
In Hector, by the way, if you're still watching Silicon Valley, quit. Don't watch the last season. Don't
no,
watch the
absolutely
season
not.
before it.
Oh, it's kind of like Game of Thrones. Don't watch
It's
the last
so
season.
fucking bad. It's so
So yeah,
bad.
Kevin, it's Lola Tongue is her name. Belly is the character.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Because the way it's listed, it just looked like it said Lola Ton Belly. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
tongue's belly.
Lola Tongue.
Tongue
Got
belly.
it. Got it.
All right, I'm gonna bring up the next show here.
Jesse says, "Who told you?" Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, in the wintertime, when I saw you, I was like, "Ooh."
Yes, the Peacemaker. My.
Do you want to taste it, Kevin?
Taste what? Well, we all would love to taste peace. Peace is a good thing.
Oh yeah.
But of course, the Peacemaker, he's an ironic character. He's called the Peacemaker, yet he's one of the most violent people out there. But one of the best people on the show. Well, actually, the whole show in general is great. The writing is really good. It's so much fun. The characters are awesome, from Judo Master to Peacemaker's father, played by Robert Patrick. He is hilarious as this evil white supremacist, racist, bastard, but he's just so funny. He just makes you laugh. Judo Master, like I said before, I love that character. The team that's with the Peacemaker that works with him, they're great. It's just all across the board. And of course, Eagly. Can't go wrong Eagly.
Is the only character I like all the characters except for James Gunn's wife. That's the only one that kind of annoys me. But
I forgot, who's James Gunn's wife?
the blonde.
Oh, really? That's his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She is.
Oh, you don't say. Okay.
That's how she got the role.
Nepotism to
Well,
the
there we go.
fullest.
I mean, 100%, 100%.
But the opening credits is always fun, and someone told me that season 2 is gonna have a different opening dance credit or dance sequence.
My favorite part about this, the whole story, when John Cena was like, "I can't dance, like none of us can dance," and so one of the ladies that's, I can't remember who it was, but she was like, "Well, my husband can come in and do a choreographed dance routine for you guys based upon not being able to dance. So having the least likely dance choreograph work based on you having no skill." So they brought in none other than Alan Tudyk to teach him the dance routine. So fucking Alan Tudyk comes in and does it for them, and then they follow him, and then that's the opening to the Peacemaker, and I love that. That's such a cool story.
I think the new season starts up
Next
in
month.
a couple weeks. Next month, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it starts in August. Yep, can't wait. Vigilante's one of my favorite new characters out there.
He's a little too much. Like, he's funny, but he just gets too much with his character. At least for me, it becomes like a little annoying. He's funny, but sometimes it just gets a little too much.
He's a regular old Kevin.
I guess so. But Judo Master, come on, man. Judo Master is so much fun.
I need to add it to my list because I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's very entertaining, yes.
Yeah, you love it, Bonnie. Like, every episode, dialogue is just crisp. Can't go from there.
It's true.
All right, speaking of Alan Tudyk,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about a nice Alan Tudyk ditty.
Yes.
Which is, I think, the best show on TV right now, called Resident Alien.
Well,
I've heard a lot of good things about this.
I don't know the best. It's one of the funniest shows on TV right now.
It is pretty funny. Season 1's great. I'm watching season 2 now. I was watching it with Mom and Dad when I was there with them, and I had stopped, so I need to get back to it and finish so I can get to 3 and then 4. It's still going. It's surprising how Sci-Fi has let this little series blossom like it has. And I think a lot of it has to do with the streaming on Peacock, because after it airs, it's streaming on Peacock then. And I think that's where people found it. It kind of grew a cult following that way and was able to stay on the air, which is super exciting. And I mean, no show's bad when you've got Linda Hamilton in there, helping with aliens.
But Alan Tudyk carries the show. Like, they picked the perfect person to play an alien playing a man.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who don't know what the premise of the story is, an alien comes to Earth and takes the place of a guy, a doctor, a town doctor, basically. And then hijinks ensue, basically. Then it takes place in a little Colorado town. Colorado, yeah, Colorado, in the mountains.
Based on a comic book
Based on the comic book, yes.
from Dark Horse, if I recall.
Apparently, it's a bit different in the comic book, but yes, it is based in the comic book.
You know, Alan Tudyk, he's fun. I remember the first time I saw him in Death at a Funeral. He was hilarious.
Oh, he's great. He was great.
Mhm.
That was the British version, right?
Yeah, the British version.
Because in the remake, it was James Marsden, I think, that played that role, if I'm correct.
Yes, I believe so.
And he did all right. He was perfectly serviceable, but he's no Alan Tudyk.
But the
Yes.
English version of the movie was better anyway, so all around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Bonnie or Kevin, have you seen this show?
I have
Not
not.
yet. It's on my list though. I definitely have it on my list to watch.
Yeah,
You got a long
same.
list, Kevin.
Hey, I'm getting there, man. It's a bunch of shows.
We've all
to get
got
through.
long lists.
Yeah.
It happens.
I
It
got one
happens. There's only
series
so
on
many
my
hours in a day.
Yeah, this is
True.
my top recommendation to watch on TV. It's fun. It's not boring. It's not super dramatic. It's super sad. It's just a fun show to watch.
And it's one that if you did like take a week off from it or a couple weeks or even a month or two, you could jump right back in. It's pretty easy and it's fun. You know, it's definitely a fun little series. Highly recommend.
All right, Donald, I'll bring up your one here, which is also a pretty fun show.
I did not think I'd like this when I first started to watch it because it was just cringe. It just made you kind of like worry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Righteous
Those are good
Gemstones.
ones.
Love this.
Yeah.
Love the show. And the good news.
I'm a little bit behind still, but
Okay.
oh my God, this show is so funny.
And it just ended a couple months ago, so you can binge watch all 4 seasons.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
Maybe-
is.
I didn't go to yours yet, Donald. I'm waiting on it.
I realized that because now I'm pivoting to this, and you made me look like an asshole. So thanks, Chris.
I just
Baby
picked,
Billy?
sorry, I
Let-
picked the wrong poster.
Letting you do the picture video things has been a great experience thus far.
Hey, you know,
Baby-
just trying to make it interesting.
Yeah, you certainly have.
Walter Goggins' character in this show, Baby Billy. Oh man, he just chews up the screen. Every time he's there, he just chews up the scenery. Love him. Love Baby Billy.
I
Can't go wrong.
I love Adam Devine.
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
he's so
Calvin.
great.
Oh, Calvin
Yeah.
Gemstone.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
Who?
Adam Devine's character, Calvin Gemstone, the little brother of the 3 siblings.
Yeah.
Oh,
The one
yes.
on the left. The one on the left.
Yes. The one that doesn't know who he is,
hmm
Well, not yet, at least.
or he
Not
does,
yet.
and he's just been fighting it this whole entire time.
Oh yes, that is true. That is true. And John Goodman, of course. John Goodman is always good at what he does, playing Dr. Elijah
Classic.
Gemstone.
Thing about the show is it's surprisingly like action packed.
Well, especially season
Yeah.
2, especially season 2 or 3 or 2 and 3, I would say. Both season 2.
Wow,
and
there's
3
a
have
few
lot of action.
seasons that end up having a lot of action in them. It's weird.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes out of nowhere.
It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah,
It sure does.
but very
And that's
fun,
why I
very
appreciate
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially how they, a comedic version of televangelists, how they operate and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
and the sweet cash that's made. I must say, made a lot of money.
All right, Donald,
Is
this is yours.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
That would recommend this show 100% too, but
Yeah. There we go. The White Lotus. This is the one that made it was a little nervous for me at first. But seeing a hotel MC shit into somebody's suitcase is just chef's kiss. I mean, Season 1 is a little cringe. It takes a little bit to get going. But there was something about it. I just couldn't stop watching it. It was like a slice of life, but it wasn't. It was like an awkward slice of life.
I don't think I'd ever seen anything quite like this show before, and that's what made it
Yeah,
fascinating.
Mike
there was
White.
something unique.
Mike
about
White
it.
is a very unique person.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the same guy that wrote Jack Black in School of Rock,
Yeah.
Yep.
and was on Amazing Race twice with his dad.
Now he's on. What is it? Survivor.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, no shit. All
I
right,
guess they're
all
postponing shooting of White Lotus season 4 because he's on Survivor.
right. That's awesome. Oh, I'll have to go watch it.
Well, I don't know if it's airing yet. I think we're shooting it right now. I don't know, but
Okay. So what is Righteous Gemstones about? That's what Sean McGean was asking.
family of
Televangelists, a family of televangelists, and all of their
Satire of it, yeah.
unchristianly hijinks and whatnot.
with Danny McBride humor.
Yep.
Mhm.
There you go.
In the South, so
Yeah.
Yes.
lots of guns and lots of gravy.
John
Yeah.
Goodman plays the patriarch of the family.
Mhm.
Very
Mhm.
good. Very good.
And Danny McBride's like the oldest brother
Oldest son. Yeah.
oldest son that's like trying to
I would
take
almost
over.
I would almost liken it to something like The Sopranos, but with a televangelist family instead of a mafia family.
And a comedy.
Yeah,
instead
that
of
sounds
comedy,
about right. Sounds
Right?
about right.
Like
Yeah.
there's some parallel there.
Yeah.
You could do that. Anyway, so with White Lotus is about it's a series like stories, small stories about different families that are all going to the same hotel called the White Lotus. And all the hijinks and things that go wrong with the staff, along with all the people there, the customers, the event staff coordinators, the kitchen staff, the cleaning people, et cetera, et cetera. It's all circles around them. And the first season has, what is her name? Stifler's mom. I can never remember her name.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge, thank you. Jennifer Coolidge in there, and she is pretty much the only one from season 1 that makes it into season 2. So it's an interesting idea because then it's at a different White Lotus hotel because of the chain.
First season is in Maui.
Yeah. Mhm.
Second season's in it's an old castle that they turned into a hotel in Italy.
And the third season's in Thailand.
Thailand, yes, and just outside of Phuket.
And that third season is where one of the characters from the first season makes an appearance. And
A couple characters, yeah.
And then another character from the first and second season kind of makes his way into it. And it starts to layer. So why you thought that you could watch each season separately and it would be fine, you really shouldn't.
Although I'll say the third season has probably one of the best cameos I've ever seen in a TV show ever.
Really?
Yes. Are you caught up? Did you watch all of the third season?
Yeah, I watched all of it. Yeah, I watched it all.
A certain film actor talking about
yes. Yep.
I don't want to spoil people, but watch season 3. There's a character, is very famous film actor, comes in, nice cameo. Is he in the scene with Walton Goggins, who's one of my favorite actors. Walton Goggins can't do no wrong.
It was interesting when he started talking about wanting to dress as a woman, to feel what it was like to be a woman and have sex as a woman. That it got really complicated.
Yeah.
So,
this actor has a 10-minute monologue about becoming his finest Thai woman. Middle-aged white guy having his monologue about this. It's fantastic.
It's batshit crazy.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Is it improv?" No, it was not improv. But it was apparently shot in one take or two. They did one take and then they did another take. for Walton Goggins' response, like on the camera on him to response where they added things and stuff. It's told some storytelling and stuff. Man, that scene is insane. It's an insane scene. It's an insane season. It's an insane show. And it doesn't really spoil anything because it's kind of in the story. Every season starts with somebody dying.
Yes.
That's kind of like what the whole like springboard of the show is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there's a death and all these white lotuses. I don't ever think, as a travel agent, I don't think I could ever recommend people going to these, even though they're gorgeous, going to these hotels because someone's always dying.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always some shit going on.
Season 4 apparently might be taking place in Marrakesh, Morocco.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a few. He wants to go somewhere warm because he hates snow. So there's a few options. Morocco could be an option. There's also could be Istanbul. There's a couple in Istanbul that people think might be it. But yeah, it's gonna be. He definitely said it's gonna be someplace warm. We gotta think. Basically, all you do is look at all the 4 seasons, and anywhere there's a 4 seasons that's in warm, it could be an option.
But it's an interesting case for layering a story so well.
Mhm.
Like to get payoffs 3 seasons in is unheard of via. I mean, what was the last time we got something truly like that? Was what Lost. We got like some payoffs within certain seasons, but even then, I don't think they knew where they were going or what they were doing. And this feels like he knows where he's going and he knows what he's doing. So I find that fascinating because we haven't gotten that in a while where things, I think, kind of wrapped up neat and tidy, except for maybe I would say Cobra Kai. I think Cobra Kai, and even then I feel like they got lucky. Like
You're right.
they got damn lucky with the way they wrote it, and they were like, oh shit, this could work, that could work, this could work, and they were able to piece it together and make it close and
Makes
wrap
sense.
up nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although one character I'm disappointed never made it into the series.
Yeah, I think we all are with that
Yeah.
one.
I
Yeah.
could care less.
Boo you.
Whatever.
All
By the
right.
way,
I mean,
did-
they got like 98% of
Yes.
the
Yes, they
cast
did.
back,
Yes,
so
yes, they did.
we can't exactly be too disappointed. But that's
No.
part of why the
right.
whole thing worked, even when they had their kind of meh season.
We got Elizabeth Shue, Kevin. Shut up. You know?
Yes, one episode in season 3. I was very happy.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was very happy.
Don't be too picky. Damn.
But by the way,
We got Tamlin Pavita.
that's true too. I wish we
Yeah.
had more. I wish we had more of her, but yes. But by the way,
Mhm.
did they ever reveal the location of the corporate headquarters of the White Lotus? Like where they?
No, I don't think they've ever talked about that, like the
No.
corporate, which will probably be the last season. They'll do White Lotus corporate or some shit. We got, let's see. Sean McCain says, do you guys ever eat at Toy Rockin' Thai food? No, I don't think so.
Oh my God, I haven't been there in ages. Yeah, I used to go there when I first moved to LA, and oh my God, it was so good. It's
Yeah,
still
no.
around?
I don't know what it is. I only ever ate Thai food I lived in Thai town, so I used to eat Thai food there around the corner from my house. There's like a whole like shopping center of Thai restaurants.
Oh, I would go to Palms Thai all the time because I used to live right behind
Yeah.
there.
So that's the only place I never really ate anywhere other than that corner in LA of Thai food.
Oh my God, Toy is still it is still around.
Hey,
Oh heck
so
yeah. I want to go.
so Chris, did you pull up? Was it you or Kevin or one of you were talking about an anime or something?
Not that I
There's no
recall.
animes on the list.
No, I thought
Okay.
there was. I thought one of you brought up an anime or an animated series at least.
Mm-mm.
I have a K-drama on my list,
Yeah.
but it's not anime.
Ah, okay. Sorry, Hector, we let you down.
And well, I guess I'll bring that up since it was brought up.
My
Ah,
demon. My demon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
This
got a
is
better
one
one.
of my-
Hang on. Keep going.
This is one of my favorite, most recent K-dramas. So this came out at the end of 2023 and went into the beginning of 24. But yeah, this is one of my favorites because it has a little bit of everything, and it also has one of my favorite K-drama actors, Sung Kang. I think he's just beautiful. Um, but it's a really interesting premise, and it is about so Sung Kang basically he plays the devil, and he's fallen in love with this. Well, it takes him a while, but he meets and falls in love with this woman, a CEO of a big corporate family thing, and she's distraught because her mother figure has just passed away, and he's suddenly charged with trying to keep her safe and alive, and uh, yeah, it's a really interesting story. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got romance, and it has a really good soundtrack. Um, I don't know, I love everything about this show. I think it's a lot of fun. A little bit
I can't.
existential too.
I think this is another show that only Bonnie's watch. So I don't think any of us can.
I've seen My Demon
I-
Lover.
That one.
That's a great movie.
We're talking TV shows.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. But this one's on Netflix. Give it a whirl. I enjoy it. It's great. I've rewatched it a couple of times since it's wrapped up. But it's only 16 episodes. So it's a quick binge.
Hello, Chris Di Benedetto.
Yes.
Di Benito.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi.
gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about the
Okay.
drama or the comedy that's not a comedy.
And what's that?
Oh,
The Bear.
Ah.
yeah.
God, the bear is so great.
The Bear is so great, but I don't know why it keeps getting put in the comedy category because it is the most intense, anxiety-giving show on TV.
So a drama. It is so a drama.
Yeah.
It's so a drama. I don't.
It is.
Is it the
It
runtime thing?
it is
I
very
don't-
much a drama that has its elements of comedy just because that's life, right? Life is dramatic and it's a little bit funny.
Yeah.
And
But I think it's
that's
one of the
the
best shows
show.
on TV, and I think it's the acting is phenomenal.
I concur.
And season 3 kind of fell a little bit. Season 4 is back to form. Season 5 is coming up next year.
Yeah.
Spoilers, there's a season 5.
I enjoyed season 4 very much.
Yeah, season 4 was very good. Season 4, I think there was a lot less anxiety driving drama to it
It
as
felt a
compared to like
little
the first few seasons.
yeah.
So
It felt ever so slightly quieter and calmer.
yes. And there was
Except
actually
for the
some
last episode that
I'm a
Yeah.
little
amps up a little
confused
bit again. But
here, guys. I'm watching season 1, and they're at it. Chopped cheese, greasy spoon. None of this on the screen on this poster looks like a greasy spoon. They're all wearing like fancy chef's jackets and shit, and brother's wearing a suit and tie and stuff. I don't.
Yeah,
get
you'll get there. And by the way, the cousin, his character arc is one of my favorites. Like
Oh, it's the
seriously, I think
cousin.
he's got
Okay.
he's got a great character arc.
You mean Ben
As
Grimm?
does-
though you find out in season 4 they're not actually cousins.
yeah.
Oh, spoilers!
my God,
Oh
what?
my god!
Don't they say that in season 1 that they're not actually cousins?
They do, but it reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, they're not actually cousins. They're just
Mm-hmm.
it's the
They
Italian.
just call each other cousin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
big family friend,
Yeah.
family like yeah.
No, Sean.
It's
I
the
don't
family
believe
you
the
make.
bear is better than Cocaine Bear. I feel like the bear would be better if you were on cocaine, but I don't think it's better than Cocaine Bear.
I do. I think I think the acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
All
I
around,
love-
there isn't a bad actor in the show.
Yeah. I love the character of Tina as well. I think she has a fantastic arc. I just love her.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel like each season we get to know at least one of the characters just a little bit better. And
I think my favorite character is
Yeah.
Marcus.
yeah, he's definitely in my top 3.
Yeah.
I love what they did with him. He's just
Mhm.
oh, I want to give him a hug. He's just a big old teddy bear.
Yeah. So they're all. That's the thing is like all the characters are different types of bears. Those fits under the bear.
So
Yeah.
it's a story about a brother that takes over his other brothers. His brother committed suicide. I want to
Yeah,
say.
Yeah.
a trained
Mhm.
chef takes over a steak.
Chopped
Or beef-
cheese, greasy spoon.
Yeah.
beef restaurant.
Yeah.
Original
Yeah.
beef.
In Chicago, I think is what.
Yeah,
It is.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
The north side.
Yeah. And it's all about him trying to implement ideas of what he knows in the restaurant industry into that type of restaurant. And
Yes.
it doesn't quite correlate. It doesn't, there's not a mesh like he would like. And the people working there aren't, because they're not trained that way. So it's him trying to force these square pegs into these round holes. And the pushback and the characterization is what keep people coming back to the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still trying to finish season 1. I find it to be.
I mean, if you're only
very
halfway through
depressing.
season 1, I mean, honestly, I made it into season 2 in one day because I just couldn't stop watching it. It was so fascinating to me, and it's really fast paced too. It just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't really find
Bonnie, you
the
need to
first
stop
time around
drinking.
for me that shut up. I didn't think there was for me. I didn't feel like there was a good stopping point because it just kept on rolling, and everything was like just so compelling to me.
It's a cooking show. No, cooking shows can be fun, Jesse.
The menu was fun.
That was great. Are you kidding me? That movie was great.
I haven't seen that one.
It's great.
Oh my
It's a great
God.
movie. Yeah.
Bonnie, that was my favorite movie that year. It was The Menu. It was so
Yeah,
good.
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
And then I feel like, okay, so hear me out on this, Chris. I feel like the character that Rafe played in The Menu, he survived, and he was there 28 years later.
Ha!
Huh? I mean, that could make sense, right? I think there's something to it. I think maybe that's the sequel.
All right, we're gonna bring up one of Kevin's here.
No one's talking about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. that
I
is
should
not
have
a,
watched the one.
that is not a TV show you must watch. That is a movie, and you probably shouldn't watch it.
All right, let's see here what we got here. We'll bring up this one here.
Wonder which one it is. Oh yeah, here we go. Daredevil Born Again. First episode, the end of that really caught me off guard. I was like, oh, they're going there. Killed off a certain character. I said, all right. And then, depending on how you feel, if you're patient with the story, for a few episodes, there's no Daredevil. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, great!
But it serves a purpose.
It becomes a kind of a law drama,
right.
law procedural.
Oh boy!
Which for me, I was okay with that. I definitely like the St. Patrick's Day episode. That was
There's only 4 episodes. Only 4 episodes.
What?
And then it finds its tracks again.
Yeah, the St. Patrick's Day episode was fun.
Oh, I'm sure they
was
had
that the bank
potatoes
episode?
Yeah, the bank
fucking cabbage all over their table.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't.
No?
It wasn't that bad.
Racist pricks.
Yeah, it wasn't that. They didn't go that bigoted, so we say.
Yeah. Jesus.
But the last 2 episodes really sets up season 2, which is being shot right now. And next year, certain characters will be being brought back into the fold from the Netflix series. I hear Jessica Jones will be in it. Maybe a little Luke Cage. So it should be a lot more
They're trying to
packed.
do the Defenders again or some shit.
Yeah,
but in a different way. But it's gonna be more action packed.
We didn't get enough of that.
Yeah. So that's the one.
If they bring that asshole back as Danny Rand, I don't know what to do. Heaven help him.
Oh yeah, I hope they recast him.
Or they bring in the new Iron Fist, which was the girl, wasn't it?
Yes, that's true, and she's a good actress and a real martial artist.
Or it'd be nice to see some real martial arts in a martial arts related show.
Yeah, Colleen Wing, played by Jessica Henwick, she's awesome. She's a good actress and a real martial artist. So yes, that would make sense.
Jesse. Now that's a series that I can get behind. X-Men 97. Yes.
Well, next year we'll get season 2.
Daredevil Born Again. Well, I got news for you though, Jesse. Sadly, that season 2 they announced on X-Men 97, it's delayed because they have to get the law room procedural part just right in the first couple episodes of X-Men 97 season 2. It's all in the court. Magneto's in the courtroom. It's clever because he uses his manipulation of metal in order to change the brain chemistry in the people in the witness stand, and he gets off on a technicality. That's the way the story is supposed to go. So
I see.
Yeah. Kind of clever though, right? Now you kind of want to watch it. See? See?
All right, this next one is kind of a guilty pleasure of Donald and I's.
Oh, Jared, I like superheroes. Is this the right podcast for me? No, it's not.
Well, of course it is. Daredevil Born Again. If
you like podcast. Dramas and law shows, then I guess this is apparently the right show.
There's some good fight scenes in there.
There's nothing wrong with dramas and law shows.
Oh my God, killing me here. It's just...
Hey, what is it? Lincoln Lawyer's pretty good.
Lincoln Lawyer is pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't caught up. I haven't caught up with it, but the first season was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Nice expansion on the movie.
All right, that's great. That's great.
All right, Donald, we're gonna talk about The Circle.
Oh, okay. Now there's something I can get behind. Talk about manipulating people.
Yeah, it's the guilty pleasure of Donald and I's.
They should put us in The Circle as one person. It's just the two of us playing them.
They do that in the show. I mean,
we're playing a woman. That's probably what they'll put us in as, and then we're screwed.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So basically, those of you who don't know, whoever's never seen this, it was probably most of you. Premise of this show is on Netflix. It's a reality show, competition show, and basically you got people lying their asses off trying to be the most popular person.
Yeah,
well, not everyone lies. Some people try the honesty route, but they
they never really work.
Yeah, but then you got people catfishing, pretending to be different people, pretending to be different versions of themselves, or being completely different sexes.
Yeah. Basically, it starts out, they put you in a room, and you go in the room, and you create a profile. Now, you can go in as yourself, and you use your own pictures, and then you can start creating who you are. You can start lying about yourself. Oh, I'm a doctor. Are you? Yeah. But you're not really a doctor. You know what I mean? Or you could just be completely honest about who you are. Or, as Chris is saying, which has happened, the Spice Girls actually did it. Two of the Spice Girls came in, Scary Spice, and I think who was the other one? Ginger Spice or something?
Yeah.
They came in and played I think it was a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a man.
It was a man. They played a man, and they did pretty good playing this man. They went in, and their job was to fool everybody. And if they got through fooling everybody at the end without anybody catching them, it raised the pot, so everybody made more money at the end. So because the finalist is whoever survives the circle. It's a group that once you're in there, you go into a room. It's just yourself. You set up this profile, and then you go into chats and you meet other people that are in other rooms. And then at the end of a certain cycle, you all have to vote who you want to kick out of this social circle. And then the person that has the lowest ranking gets kicked out of the game, and then it goes to the next round. And then maybe they'll introduce a new character, or maybe they'll introduce, or take out two characters instead. there's a lot of hiccups and things like that that happen throughout the show that make it more interesting for sure.
Yeah, I really like it because it's it's a fascinating study on improv, actually, and just because that's basically what they're doing. They're all improving their everything, and so as an actor, just watching that and seeing, even though they're not really acting, they're doing everything based on written improv, because everything's social media. It's still just being what, like, it's you're looking at improv rules, like make the yes and is still there majorly.
Yep.
So
and there's a lot of twists and turns, but and Netflix has been really good with that. They did Love Is Blind, which is where you're blind dating and then you just decide that you're going to marry this person. And if you propose and they say yes, then you get to meet them in real life, and then you have a couple weeks and then you get married, I think. There was that. And then Hector just brought up Sexy Beasts, where they go on first dates, these people, and they go dressed as different characters. Like one of them's like
I saw
a prosthetic dressed as a lion, and another one's dressed as a camel. And then they go out on dates. I have not
heard of that one.
Oh my God, Bonnie, you'd love it. And then they go out on dates, and if they like each other, then they both take the makeup off, and they get to see who the person is under the makeup. So they get to meet the person.
Is that Netflix?
Yes, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
How has that not popped up in my feed?
It's called Sexy Beasts.
I think it's only one season, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it did very well. It was only one season. It was like 3-4 years ago that it came out. So
yeah,
it might not have done well enough to grant another season of it. So maybe it's just a one and done. But it is fun. I will say that it was a fun one. There was one lady dressed as like this bird, and she was all like exactly like you would expect her to act as a bird. It was crazy. Sometimes they just emulated the character that they were, and they didn't even realize it. I feel like they probably interviewed her and oh yeah, that bitch is a bird, and then they're like let's do the makeup, and then they would make them up as that. So it was a really cool idea. Dolphin one was pretty scary, Hector. Yeah, that's true. Okay, moving on. What do we got?
Ooh, The Studio. God, this show is so good. So for anybody who lives and works in Hollywood or anywhere, remotely close to the film industry, I mean, people that work in it. Oh, this show is just so damn funny. But yeah, it's Seth Rogen's kind of satirical take on the film industry, kind of, holding up the mirror up to nature. And he is recently promoted to the head of a studio. He is the very artsy, passionate person. He wants to only put out, like the best art house movies. But the problem is the major heads and the investors and everything, they want IPs. Everybody wants an IP right now. And so they're trying to force him to make the Kool-Aid movie, because that's going to be the next hot IP. They've done their research, and it's just this really funny look into the film industry and how shit gets done or not, and all the absolutely absurd politics with all of it. And it's just, yeah.
And I don't know if it was the whole series or if it was just the one episode, but there was at least one episode that's shot in one shot, and it's really cool.
Yeah, they do a lot of long takes.
Yeah,
a lot of long takes with the series. It's absolutely incredible.
Why do I get like really big like action vibes when I watch this?
Because there are definitely there are a lot of scenes that are very action movie oriented. That's the thing. Like
the TV series Action from Fox with Jay Moore. Do you guys remember that?
I do not.
No.
Okay. Well, that one was Jay Moore was a TV executive, and he had a big failure, and now he's trying to back this other film and get it off the ground in order to make it his hit to like progress him in this within the studio and stuff. So it's like very like behind the scenes. I started
Okay.
watching The Studio with Seth Rogen, and I shut it off halfway through the first episode because I was like, I've already seen this.
Oh, please keep watching it because every single episode has about 1.5 million cameos from, I mean, super A-list people, and it's just hilarious. Ron Howard does an episode, and Ron Howard playing the exaggerated version of himself is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
It's
that
so damn funny.
Adam Scott cameo is really funny too.
Hmm.
Oh, speaking of Adam Scott, yeah, there's another thing we're going to be talking about with him, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that
Oh
up
God,
next.
there's an episode, the episode with Dave Franco and
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz, and we'll just say it's the old school. What was it? That was it, right? The
Hollywood
old school
buffet.
Hollywood
Old
party.
school Hollywood buffet. Hollywood
Yeah,
buffet.
the old school Hollywood buffet. That's all we're gonna tell you. You just,
That's fair.
yeah. Don't want to spoil it, but the old school Hollywood buffet. It's freaking hilarious.
Old school Hollywood buffet. That sounds like a strip
Mhm.
club with chicken wings.
Well, this
Yeah,
is what I.
so-
This,
Yeah, Rogan just has this idea, like, he's hosting a party and he wants to have an old school Hollywood buffet. And he just kept repeating it and repeating it, repeating it. And then he did it. And when you know what the old school Hollywood buffet is, you'll understand why it's, oh my God, so damn funny.
yeah.
Okay. Severance. What a wackadoo. I watched the first season, and let me tell you what, I couldn't stop watching it. It is slow paced, but there's just this drip, like this slow drip of this mystery that's involved in it that just keeps dangling in front of you, and you got to keep watching it. And I finished season 1, and I took time off because I know there's no season 3. So I know that I'm going to go through season 2 pretty quick, and then I'll have nothing. So I'm kind of staggering it to where I'll have less time to wait than everybody else. See, that's how I'm thinking.
That's smart.
Yeah, I have my moments.
So wait, there's no season 3, so that's it.
No, there'll be a season 3, just not out.
Oh,
Season 2 just finished airing, so
got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got on the train, a little late on the hype train.
I'm still not technically on the train. I've watched the first 15 minutes because I started watching it with my parents, and then they got very bored with it very fast, and then they turned it off, and I haven't gone back to it
yeah,
yet.
very good show. I think it's one of the better sci-fi shows on TV right now. Those of you who don't know, is basically about people who go work in his office and they basically sever their personalities. So they have two different lives. They have their home life and they have their work life, and they don't.
One doesn't know about the other.
Yeah, and And basically, they get
you could be a totally
hypnotized.
completely different personality in the office environment than you are at home, because your office environment developed there at the office versus developing through years of growing up and being around different stimuli from like being raised as a child. You didn't have that when you go to this job. They start you out as this thing, and then you know basics, but then you start to develop this personality. And the big thing is that the question of the day is, why don't they want you to know what's going on? Because what is going on?
Yes, and you get a lot of questions answered in the second season. So once you get there, and like the best thing about Severance, it has Christopher Walken. I mean, you can't go wrong with Christopher Walken.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God! And the romance that's involved.
Yes.
That is unexpected.
Yes, but awesome. Yeah.
I was digging it. It's unexpected as hell, but I could get behind it. I was like, okay. Let's see what happens here.
Mm-hmm.
What about Sandman getting a second? We don't talk about Sandman, Sean.
Is it not a good show?
I like it.
The pilot was atrocious when I saw it, but I saw it in one of those early screenings where they make you like give your opinion.
It's improved.
It was
improved.
They put me in there because they knew I was gonna talk, and they knew it. They could see me squirming in my seat, and I just went off. Like, I was like, no, man, this is bad. And so I don't know what they fixed, if they fixed anything.
They did.
But
There were some fixes. It's all right.
But I never even tried. I never
Me
even
either.
tried to watch anymore.
Give it a chance. It's pretty good. Give it a chance.
Well, I don't know if I should now, Kevin. That's the thing. Because he's going to see money from that. And he's going to use that money to hire more babysitters and try to have sex
Look,
with
man, you can't go wrong with Charles Dance. You know, Charles Dance is a great actor.
Who?
You know, Tywin Lannister.
Oh, that dude. The guy from, why didn't you say the guy from The Golden Child?
Well, I figured. Well, that's true too. That's
Yeah,
true too.
he played the devil in The Golden Child. That's what
Yes,
I
he
knew
did.
him from.
You know, it was Tywin Lannister as well, obviously. in recent
Well,
times.
I mean, sure. But
Golden Child. Yes.
Golden
yes.
Child, yeah, he's the devil in that. He's awesome in that. Man, he makes a good villain. There's a guy that makes a good villain.
I'm gonna bring up a show now that only Kevin I think knows about because he knows about this topic very well.
Let's see. Which one is it?
Masturbation.
Oh, you actually put that one up? Wow.
You put it on the list.
I have not even heard of this show.
It's
I don't
on
know it.
I discovered it by accident on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting because, you know, these folks here, they're in their 30s and 40s, and they have not experienced the moment of how we guys call it, the tangle, you know, the personal tangle, the twist of the bodies, you know, that kind of thing. But they all have 4 separate stories. They're all trying to find a way to get to that moment. And every episode is titled a certain way. So the first episode is titled Strikeout. Second episode's First Base. Next episode, Second Base. Next episode, Third Base. So they're trying to get their way to that type of situation.
Is it a scripted show or is it a reality TV show?
Oh, it's a reality TV show.
Mm.
So, you know, they go on their separate dates. You know, they're trying to help them out, see if they can, you know, find that person. So the girl that you see at the bottom middle, she's kind of the person I like the least. You know, she's very full of herself. She's looking for like that perfect Prince Charming to give her, you know what to, so to speak. But she's super, super, super picky and extremely arrogant. Like she wants like the top of the line, hottest guy that's out there, or else she's not attracted to him. So they set her up on dates, you know, decent, you know, good-looking dudes, but she's not feeling them. The young African-American lady to the left, she got done dirty because she was married but didn't consummate the marriage because the guy just used her. Essentially just used her to get American citizenship. So when they got married, he moved here. He's basically just blew her out. I mean, sorry, blew her out. Blew her off.
Oh.
Wow.
So she did get what she wanted.
No. Blew her off. Blew her off. Just basically, they were living together. Just wouldn't look at her. Called her disgusting. Just basically just broke her heart. And then, of course, you know, got divorced. So you feel sorry for her. And then the Indian lady and Indian lady to the right, she comes from a very strict Hindu background. So she has zero knowledge of, you know, shall we say, the pleasures of life. You know, but she's dated, of course, and got a little bit close, but she's very nervous and doesn't want to be just used and abused and kind of thrown out. So give it up to some guy and then they just dump her off. You know, she's looking for someone that's going to be committed to her.
Wait.
Hmm?
Is she a
She what?
she's a full virgin?
All 4 of them are.
I feel like the bottom one, the pink, can't be a full one.
No,
No,
she is.
I'm just saying because okay. I heard this. I don't know if this is true, but this is
What?
just what I heard.
What?
Is that a lot of Indian women are supposed to remain pure. They're supposed to remain virginal. So
Well,
they just have butt sex instead.
No, she
Just
didn't
like the
engage.
Catholic girls?
No, you mean the Mormon girls? They're supposed to Mormon.
No.
Mormon
Catholic
girls do that too? Catholic girls as
supposedly.
well? Is everybody
Yeah.
getting it in
Oh.
the butt?
Yes.
Jesus.
Mormon girls do something different.
Kevin, aren't you Catholic?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
You dodged a bullet there, Kevin.
But the Indian lady, no, she hasn't gone past like what we call a third base or something like that. So yeah, so she's very, you know, she's trying to find the right person. And then the last episode, they
How
got
many of these
her-
people you think are lying?
The one at the bottom, the pink.
Yeah, that guy in
guy-
the middle, he's not lying.
Yeah, the guy in the middle, he's from Pennsylvania, so he's like an awkward fella. You know,
You know.
He has difficult time talking to the ladies. You know, so you feel sorry for him. You feel sorry. He's trying hard. He really is. The downside for him,
okay, more
the
Muslim
downside,
than Indian,
the
right.
downside for him, unfortunately, he still lives at home with his parents, and he has 2 older sisters who are trying to help him out. And they set him up on a tantric speed dating event, which actually worked out. He actually did get a date. He got the date number 2, and we'll see in the next episode where things go. So he's trying to maybe close the deal, but he's just awkward experience, of course. You know, understandable. But
Right.
you know, he's doing the best he can. So you're definitely rooting for him.
Okay.
Except the girl at the bottom. The other 3, I root for her at the bottom. I don't care.
Probably because she's lying.
Oh, wait. You know what? You might be right. Nucking Futz one. She might be a Muslim in it, but I thought she was Hindu in it. But yeah, you might be right. It's one of the 2, Muslim or Hindu Indian.
Or maybe he was talking about butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Yeah, like I said.
Why are we talking about butt stuff for, man?
I just
Yeah, I
said
think
that.
that's.
The whole
I
thing
think
was
you're,
about
I think
butt
you're
stuff,
referring.
okay.
Yeah, I think you're referring. That's the Muslims that do butt stuff, not the Indians.
Yeah.
Oh! I did not know that.
Well, now you know. Kevin, you're gonna have to get a new background. You just keep disappearing into your furniture. Either
I'm sorry,
the furniture
man.
has special powers, or
I'm
you
sorry.
need to get
It's
you need
the
to get
Force.
new furniture.
sorry. I'm sorry.
And you still have yet to play that goddamn piano, and it's pissing everybody off. Pissing everybody
All
off.
right, I'm gonna bring up one last one for me that I feel that everyone needs to watch and be
Okay.
aware of.
What's that?
It is an English spy drama. Maybe it'll load. There we go. It has Gary Oldman in it.
Ah, can't go wrong
it's,
there.
it's on Apple TV. It's called Slow Horses.
Oh, this sounds
This is an amazing spy drama.
this sounds so bad.
No, it's really good.
Sounds like mentally retarded.
No, it's not. It's Slow Horses. It basically, they're spies who failed out of MI5, and they get put in Slough House.
We can't have races. We got too many slow horses.
No, they get put in Slough House, which is like the
these slow horses.
it's the office for the delinquent spies in MI5. And Slough House, and so they're called Slow Horses. But it's an English spy drama, and basically they're saying that these delinquent spies do better job of actually solving crimes and stuff than the actual MI5. It's really good show. And Gary Oldman plays this alcoholic has-been spy. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenally good. If you guys are not, if you like spy dramas at all, watch it. It's amazing. Best spy drama on TV.
Seems like Apple TV has a lot of good shows.
Knocking
does.
Fun. Gary Oldman was great in True Romance, but he was also really good in The Professional too. Like that's probably one of my favorites with him.
I mean,
Gary
the
Oldman is great in everything.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman's the reason that that Goblet of Fire, not Goblet of Fire. What's the third Harry Potter movie? Is my
Azkaban.
favorite one.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, the reason he's the reason
Sirius
it's my
Black.
favorite one.
Serious.
Yeah.
So good in
Sirius
that.
Black,
Yeah.
Well, it takes a turn. It takes a new tone, and the kids are old enough then that it could become more awkward between them, which I think is where it all gets good in the third, and then it really, in my opinion, it just knocks out of the park in the fourth too. 3 and 4 are both really, really exceptionally well done.
Yeah.
But Gary
1
Oldman's
and 2,
great. You're
I
right.
got
We
dragged
never-
to. 3 is the first one I saw on my own.
The
And
only
that's where-
Gary Oldman movie that I question is the one where he plays a little person.
What?
Gary Oldman plays a little person.
What?
Yes, he
What
plays
movie?
a midget. He plays.
What?
Yes.
Look at this.
What's it called? What's it called?
Crap, who's in it? It was
What's the
hold on, I can
name
look
of
it up.
Give me a name.
Blue something. Hold on, it's cringe. It's so cringe.
My phone froze.
It is
Why?
called. Hold on, I got it. It's
Why
here.
do you hate me?
It's called so the 90s, I believe, or early 2000s. And it's called hold on,
Diary of a Mad Old Man.
no,
On the Right Track.
no.
Raging Slab and Gary Coleman. I mean, that would make sense, right? Anywhere but here.
Does anybody in the chat know what it's called?
I'm looking through IMDb right now. Blue something, you said?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
remember
seeing
who else
anything.
was in it. I know that
Oh, wait.
Peter
Wait.
Dinklage is in it.
Tiptoes. It's Tiptoes.
Tiptoes, yes.
Tiptoes. Peter
Tiptoes.
Dinklage is in it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh dear God,
and
why?
Kate Beckinsale and Patricia Arquette. The film attracted controversy for the casting of non-dwarf actor Gary Oldman as the dwarf.
Wow.
Duh. Another
2002.
water is wet.
2002.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God. Wow.
Wow.
Enrique, you got it.
Hey, you know what's funny? It's a 90-minute running time, but the director's cut is almost twice the size, 150 minutes.
Tiptoes.
Oh,
is not
they're gonna say
Natalie
twice the
Portman.
size because he's a real person. Oh, thank God you went that way.
Oh my, it has a
Wow.
really big cast.
Okay,
Yeah.
we don't talk
Like,
about
they're-
anything else.
Like this is
No other
A-list.
shows
What the
but this.
hell?
This is all that exists now. We're done with the TV stuff. This is all that exists. When Carol gets pregnant, coincidentally, the twin dwarf of brother of Stephen, Rolfie, Gary Oldman, pays an unexpected visit to Carol. She becomes shocked. Oh my God! Tell me more. Wait, hang on. Plot.
Yeah,
Carol
because
accounts-
she doesn't know that his brother is a dwarf, and he shows up and he's a dwarf, and it causes a bunch of chaos. Because now she's worried that her baby's going to be a dwarf because dwarfism runs in the family.
Stephen happens to be the only average-sized person in a family of dwarfs,
Yeah.
including his twin brother Rolfie.
Yeah.
Wow, this is great. I'm watching this tonight.
Yeah, I think we all might need to.
I've seen it.
Oh
I'm
my
good.
God.
But wait, are you gonna watch the large?
It is currently
director's
on
cut
Prime for
or
$3.99.
the
So
shorter 90-minute version?
Stop saying
I
shorter.
feel like I gotta watch the shorter 90-minute version, Kevin. That feels like the appropriate version to watch.
I mean, whatever version they have on Prime, that's what I'm
Oh,
watching.
man, maybe I'll put a few cushions down and sit on top of them. Get my seat a little more comfortable.
Oh man.
I can't believe they named it Tiptoes.
Michael Mann
Oh.
directed it. Oh,
Oh God!
what?
Michael Mann directed. It said Matthew Bright. directed.
What? What are you talking about, Knucking Fuss?
I think they're talking about the movies that are in the one of
Can
the
anyone tell
Dragon,
me
maybe?
that movie? Oh, featured Hannibal Lecter before Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, that was Mann.
Oh.
Yeah, they're just saying that's Michael Mann directed that.
Yeah,
not
Michael Mann
Tiptoes.
directed that. Okay. Yeah, and that was
Okay.
Brian Cox that played Hannibal Lecter in that one. Still a great film, by the way. And it had the guy from CSI. He was like in the main CSI for forever, and then he eventually retired from the show and never acted again, really. I don't know why he didn't stay with CSI. It was his bread and butter, dude. Guy ruined it. You blew it. Wow. Okay. You know, Peter Dinklage's middle name is Hayden.
What's wrong
Peter
with that?
Hayden Dinklage.
Yeah. Nothing's wrong
Well,
with it.
Dinklage isn't his name. I don't think that's his real name. Dinklage is not his real name.
Horse shit. Why would
No,
you
he's-
choose that?
He said he changed his name.
Gary Oldman's middle name is
What's your
Leonard.
source?
My source, I watched an interview.
Really?
Matthew McConaughey's middle name.
You know, it's funny. He's not as short as you think he would be. He's 4'5", so that's not too bad.
No, not too bad. Anyway, that's gonna do us
I mean,
for
I could be
today,
wrong,
guys.
bro.
we're done. We're calling it. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good way to end it. About
I-
tiptoes.
Chris and I are still recovering from our trip. No joke. It was. We'll talk more about it next time we're on. We're not going to be on next week, but we'll be back the following, I think. And I had an idea, and if we pull it off, it's going to be a ranking, but I think it's going to be quite interesting, and I think it'll be Sean's approved. And I think a lot of the rest of you guys that are movie buffs, particularly B movies, will get a kick out of it as well. So with that, I want to thank you all for being on. Really appreciate you guys. And I want to thank StreamYard for being a bunch of douchebags and taking out the video section to where we can't post that now, because I guess you saw we were having too much fun with it. So thanks for that. But with that, I guess if you're feeling thirsty, perhaps
You'll have an informative, interesting, but always interactive Rumble Pop.
there's no outro music, any of that shit. You bastards.
Farewell.
Bastard.
Farewell.
There we go. That's what you get. You get the bye.
Why don't you just sing the old theme from last year?
This is the song that never. Oh, I don't know that one. What
Remember,
is
it was like
bitches and hoes, bitches and hoes. Everywhere.
there you
Yeah,
go.
something like that, right? All right, bye.
That's the host.